Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, from where we sit right now, Russia has put 190,000 troops.
Ooh.
They are ready to invade. According to the Pentagon today, the Russian military is all set to invade at any moment the country of Ukraine. Ukraine says they're going to fight back. They are now having a 30-day state of emergency in the Ukraine right now.
Yikes.
And Putin doesn't seem to be backing down. And the entire world is up against Vladimir Putin. There is absolutely nobody who is in favor of Vladimir Putin invading Ukraine. He talked to the Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan, who's also an authoritarian, thought maybe he can get Turkish support, and Erdogan told Putin today, you're making a big mistake, don't do it. Okay, so there's absolutely nobody. You know, I saw at the United Nations, I don't know his name, I don't remember his name, but the ambassador to Kenya said, you know, if you look at Africa, every country in Africa is, I'm paraphrasing what he said, is made up borders. It was made up by colonial powers. And they said, this is your border. And maybe across the border is somebody who could be my cousin, could be, you know, ethnically related to me by language or social customs or religion. So if Africa really wanted to, any country in Africa, they could say, these are all, this country is a made-up country and it should become part of my country. But we all live with these borders, whether we like them or not,
Right.
because we have to respect the international community. These are the borders that we live with, and the past is the past and the present is the present. And I'm paraphrasing it. And that's really, you know, the argument to Putin. Whether you like the borders or not, this is what the world has come to in the last 70, 80 years. And we all live within these borders, whether we like it or not. Nobody goes and takes other countries and says, your country should now be part of my country.
Right.
It's not what we do in the 21st century. And whether you believe that, you know, Ukrainians have some sort of ethnic and cultural affiliation to Russia, and that's Putin's belief, but you ask Ukrainians, many don't. Many Ukrainians speak Russian, many Ukrainians speak Ukrainian, different language completely.
Right.
But certainly a majority of them don't want to be part of Russia. Why would you, to be honest with you? You know, if given the choice between being part of Russia or being part of the West, they all want to be part of the West.
Right.
So, so they have a right to self-determination. Putin doesn't like it. But I thought it was very interesting that the ambassador from Kenya stood up at the United Nations and he said all of Africa could say the same exact thing.
Right.
It's all made up borders by colonial powers, but we all live within these borders because otherwise we'd have chaos.
Right. That's true.
So we don't think about what the past was 100 years ago. We think about the current.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if Putin does invade Ukraine, and it looks like he's going to, I mean, you could have hundreds of thousands of people dead.
Yeah.
Millions of people fleeing. Where are they going to go? They're going to go into Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Western Europe.
That's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good at all. And what's at stake for the global economy? Higher gas prices, inflation. Russia does one thing. They have a lot of natural resources. So they supply a vast majority of gas and oil to Europe. So when Europe no longer purchases gas and oil from Russia, they can cause a problem to Europe and the United States. And they could raise the prices prices will go up at the gas pump. And inflation, which we're fighting right now because of COVID, will go up. And the one advantage that Putin has over the Western democracies and the United States of America is that we are a democracy. So when people start seeing rising gas prices, they can vote out their leaders and put other leaders in. So, President Biden and some of the other leaders in Europe, they have to be very careful on what sanctions to put on Russia to avoid having hyperinflation. They want to keep their jobs too. Mm-hmm. Putin, on the other hand, he doesn't have to worry about any voters. Inflation goes up in Russia, the economy goes down in Russia, he's still in power.
Right.
That's the one advantage he's got.
Makes sense now why he just goes out and do what he wants to do.
Correct. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.